Shell consultant quits, says company causes extreme harm to planet.
Here's a summary of the article.
A Shell consultant resigned Monday with a searing email accusing the oil giant of failing on a massive planetary scale to limit climate risks. Caroline Dennett, who has been a UK-based safety consultant for Shell for 11 years, said she could no longer work for the company given its plans to expand fossil fuel extraction. In an email sent to the executive committee and more than 1,000 employees, she wrote that as continued oil and gas extraction is causing extreme harm to the planet, Shell was failing on a massive planetary scale to deliver on its pledge to cause no harm with its operations. Shell is operating beyond the design limits of our planetary systems. Shell is not implementing steps to mitigate the known risks. Shell is not putting environmental safety before production, Dennett wrote in her email, seen by Politico. She cited the International Energy Agency's findings that no new gas or oil fields should be developed to reach net zero emissions by the middle of the century and stay within relatively safe levels of global warming. Shell last year put forward a net zero strategy but still plans to explore new fossil fuel projects until 2025, and recently started campaigning for the UK government to let the company develop a new North Sea gas field. It pains me to end this working relationship which I have greatly valued, but I can no longer work for a company that ignores all the alarms and dismisses the risks of climate change and ecological collapse, Dennett wrote. Asked for comment, a Shell spokesperson said that the company was determined to deliver on our global strategy to be a net zero company by 2050, and that it had every intention of hitting its targets.
This post received a score of 94,000, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
She makes no mention of Shell's effective paramilitant authority over parts of Nigeria which they purposely polluted and then used mercenaries and assassination to subdue all resistance. Who knows where else they've done such atrocities?
Saro Wiwa led a non-violent campaign against the environmental degradation to the water and land done by none other than Shell and other foreign petroleum companies. In January 1993, Mossop declared Shell was no longer welcome to operate in Ogoniland. Shell then encouraged the Nigerian government to take action against Saro Wiwa and Mossop. So the Nigerian military brought the hammer down on them. At least 2 prosecution witnesses came forward to say that they had been bribed by the government to incriminate the accused, including with offers of jobs at Shell, and that Shell's lawyer was present when they were bribed.
You forgot the part where Shell contracted a paramilitary group to stop a peaceful protest, and it somehow escalated into them killing close to 100 people with guns and grenades plus the destruction of 600 homes in the area. Fuckers. My dad was actually in this protest since his hometown is Ogoniland, and watched the corruption unfold rapidly within his lifetime till that moment. It was the main reason why he was forced to become a refugee. He had to live with knowing some of our family didn't make it, and the rest forced to be spread across the country when escaping without an option of being together again. He still is traumatized to this day since not much attention has been brought to it, and still advocates and protests when he is able to.
Committed to the environment by destroying it.
These comments are going to be filled with Shellbots committed to downplaying this by trying to say it's obvious. Say this person got paid for a while first before leaving, and trying to focus on that instead of the massive damage Shell is causing. Say this person should do more as a distraction from the massive damage Shell is causing. Accuse this person of some sort of selfish move, as a distraction from the massive damage Shell is causing.
Time-honored tradition. Discredit the person making the statement while ignoring the facts behind the statement. Worked with Snowden. Majority of Americans dismissed everything as, he's a traitor, he went to Russia, he's arrogant, he thinks he's better than everyone, etc. While ignoring the issue of what was actually happening. Nobody looked at the facts which were undisputed and shocking, they focused on discrediting the man behind the facts and it worked.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.